Hey, what's happening, gamers? I'm K-Wing, and today we're looking at Double Dragon Neon. I know this isn't Retro Mondays, but it definitely is a blast from the past. Now, Double Dragon is a downloadable game for the PSN and Xbox Live. Neon is, of course, a reboot of the classic Hard as Nails series from 1987. The Lee brothers are back after nearly a decade, and this time they're under the skillful hand of Wayforward Technologies. Rather than going a full-blown remake, Neon is a reimagining of the series, if you will, as well as a tribute/parody to the decade and games from the 1980s, down to the very Mr. T foo. Overall, the presentation for this game impressed me a lot, actually. Just playing this game for 5 minutes, you will definitely see how it got its namesake. Like with Reshelled, Neon is a 3D brawler, and the pacing is just as slow, too. Look, I know most people don't play beat-em-ups for the story. In any case, Double Dragon is all about rescuing the Dim Valley girl in distress. One would think Marion wouldn't hang out in front of her home dressed like, well, that. Especially considering this is a normal occurrence for the couple. So to sum up, Billy and Jimmy rush to save the girl by walking. Seriously, Billy's car is right there. But we're moving on. Now, Neon can be played solo or with a friend in Bro-Op. Gameplay is your typical brawler though. Aside from an assortment of punches, kicks, and throws, the Lee brothers have finally learned to duck and roll out of harm's way. Someone must have told them that face blocking was bad for the complexion and getting dates. Ducking, when done correctly, your hero glows red and has added attack power for a limited time. Rolling is done by using the duck feature as well. Back from the advanced game is the ability to attack a fallen enemy on the ground, though you can't use it on the ninjas, they're too sneaky. Definitely the most unique aspect of this game is co-op and the high five ability. There are actually a variety of hilarious high fives players can input in this game, which are used to share life, take it away, or get totally powered up, bro! Also, if your brother falls in battle, the other one can resurrect him like so. Now, what really makes this game stand out is definitely the mixtapes. No, I'm not talking about cutting your girl a romantic mix of glam metal. Nah, rather increasing your player stats and pulling off gnarly supers. Super moves are done with a simple press of the button, like the tornado kicks, Bruce Lee's famous 1-inch punch, cheap running elbows to name a few, plus the bros can summon their spirit dragon into the heat of battle. See what I did there? You know, it's a dragon, breathes fire and stuff. Okay, so stances are vital to master, since this game will smack you around and call you Betty. Best you learn how to use these tapes properly real soon, otherwise you'll be seeing this screen far too often. By equipping different stances, your player's HP, MP, attack, and defense points will change, as does how often your super meter will drain. Plus, each stance does something totally different, like heal yourself, become super strong mid-health, etc, etc. Still, just like with River City Ransom, you can't level up by punching random people in the face, cause while fun, Neon requires you to visit shops and buy stuff to increase your butt-kicking abilities. Here, players can get more health, silly game, soda isn't healthy. Buy more songs, because in Neon, the more the same tape you buy, the more powerful you become. Though until you visit the Mithril Rock Viking dude, your tapes can only hold 10 songs. But after he upgrades your deck, then you can hold up to 50. So, what did I have wrong with this game? Well, the hit detection is a bit sluggish, but I have noticed some improvement from my hands-on last year. However, the game is still wicked slow though. It's almost like Senior Citizen Dragon. I was waiting for people to start throwing canes and dentures. Come on! Also, most beat-em-ups today feel a lot shorter than back in the old days. Neon suffers from this too, and I easily breeze through this game in about under an hour. Another minor thing that bugged me is Billy and Jimmy aren't supposed to be clones of one another. Yeah, that and Billy isn't the blonde. Jimmy is. It's hard for me to look past this major goof, considering the studio behind it really treats classic properties with respect. Case in point, A Boy and His Blob. Besides that, I really can't stand that extra lives do not carry over to the next level, which is odd considering this is a tribute to the coin-popping greats of old. What's the point of shops stocking extra lives if they don't run over to the next level? Kinda defeats the purpose, don't you think? Also, I wasn't a fan of the women foes in this game. They are super annoying and very cheap. Especially the rocket chicks and geishas were definitely the most rage-inducing babes in this game. Honestly, the only boss I didn't like in this game was the plant one. You know, the one that kind of looked like Seymour? Because it had two forms and you're just not expecting what happens during that fight. And that's all the things that really bugged me. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not happy that the spinning back fist of doom didn't make the cut. Profound sadness, Wayforward. Profound sadness. Now, that being said, I really do like this game. Sound effects for the game were okay, though certain voice acting got on my nerves, but kind of in a way, it's so bad, it's funny.
Aw, man! More like science unfair. How do we get out of here? I don't know, man. I kinda like you here. Dude, that's crazy talk. Let's bail ski. High five me. Tubular! What is this? Some kind of lab?
However, the music was tubular. Composed by Jake Kaufman, responsible for the amazing soundtracks from Contra 4, Shantae, Mighty Flip Champs, Brave and the Bold video game, just to name drop. The composer really nailed the arrangements of the classic Double Dragon tunes and teleported me into the game Captain N style. Most of the 80s songs were very well done and incredibly hilarious to listen to. I mean, seriously, you guys and gals have to hear these lyrics.
They try to hit you. They try to keep you down and out.
It's almost like everything in this game is one massive parody, and I love that. Now, I've been very impressed with Jake's chiptune style over the years, but the fact that he could recreate bodacious 80s pop and metal, major props, man, major props. I am very pleasantly surprised how much the music enhanced the experience for Double Dragon Neon. Another thing that Double Dragon got right, though, was its design. The kooky cartoon 3D cel-shaded graphics work and then some. Plus, whosever idea was to mix Big Trouble in Little China meets Double Dragon needs a major high five. Along with all the references to past beat-em-ups and 80s pop culture in general. You will get tons of lulls from classic quotes from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kung Fu films, and so much more. This game has everything. Wayforward shows us once again why they are so good at what they do. The look and feel of this game is just utterly fantastic. Neon also incorporates a lot of unique level styles throughout, like platforming too. I definitely got that Contra feel fighting the Killicopter in an expensive tank during this battle. Frankly, Neon has way too many cool level designs to show though, but I just love that this game keeps you guessing where the Libros will end up next. I mean, one minute you're in a normal Chinatown looking for your lady, and then shortly after that you're aboard the Death Star. Still, you know you're in for a wild ride when the main antagonist calls out his attacks. Skeleport! Skelet-slam! As he fights you. Also, apparently, he's a bad guy on a budget. Who knew?
I got the replacement plan. Williams, I'm docking your pay for this.
I don't know about you guys and gals, but he totally reminds me of Skeletor. Even sounds like him. Gameplay for this game was alright, but this is not the best Double Dragon. Not by any means. That honor still goes to Double Dragon Advance. I did enjoy playing Neon though, but I never really ended up using the glam ability often because I really didn't see its point because I could just roll out of the way. I do admit though, this is probably the best 3D beat-em-up I've had the pleasure of playing in years. Now, I really enjoyed Scott Pilgrim vs. the game, but to be perfectly honest, I couldn't stop smiling and laughing while playing this game. It's that good! Alrighty, let me just clear the record about this game's difficulty, okay? Double Dragon Neon doesn't hold your hand. It cuts it off. This game is brutal by the very definition of the word. No checkpoints, no mercy. See, Double Dragon Neon is a commitment. It's not just a weekend fling like most games these days. Guess some Poindexter reviewers seem to forget that. For me, when I beat this game, I really felt satisfied, and proud of myself. A feeling I do not get from a majority of games today. As far as lasting appeal goes, Neon is excellent. All the levels can be replayed at any time by revisiting the world map. Not to mention, if you have a lot of time on your hands, Double Dragon offers a lot of grinding opportunities and ways to upgrade your fighter, which is pretty cool. Add on the game's creative level design, really bright colors, killer soundtrack, and simple pick up and play gameplay, that $10 price point practically sells itself, folks. Playing Neon reminded me why I loved this genre so much as a kid. It's nice to see some developers remember that too. But I could go on and on about this, so to wrap up, personally, I really enjoyed this game. Yes, it's wicked hard and the mixtapes will take a while to get familiar with. Though if you take your time to actually learn the game instead of jumping in without thinking, you'll see that Double Dragon Neon is a very fun and overlooked gem of a game. I highly recommend you play this game with a friend though, because while single player is alright, nothing beats playing this game co-op with a friend. This is what makes Double Dragon Neon really shine. Here's hoping we don't have to wait another decade for a really radical adventure starring Bimmy and Jimmy Lee. And with that still ringing in your ears, until next time gamers, God bless and happy gaming. Thanks so much for watching another one of my reviews, and I'll be seeing you.